Hello friends, warm welcome in this video, that is antibodies. Friends, antibodies are the antigen binding proteins which are present on B cell membrane or may secreted by plasma cells. Membrane bound antibody confers antigenic specificity on B cells. Antigen specific proliferation of B cell clones is elicited by the interaction of membrane antibody with an antigen. Secreted antibodies circulate in the blood where they serve as effector of humoral immune system. This effector function of humoral immunity is performed by searching out and neutralizing antigens or marking them for elimination. All antibodies share structural features, bind to antigen, and participate in limited number of effector functions. The antibodies produced in response to a particular antigen are heterogeneous. Most antigens are complex and contain many different antigenic determinants, and the immune system usually responds by producing antibodies to several epitopes on the antigen. This response requires the recruitment of several clones of B cells, the out of which are monoclonal antibodies, each of which specifically binds a single antigenic determinant. Together, these monoclonal antibodies make up the polyclonal and heterogeneous serum antibody response to an immunizing antigen. Friends, the antibodies are present in blood. The blood can be separated in centrifuge into a fluid and cellular fraction. The fluid fraction is plasma and the cellular fraction contains red blood cells, leukocytes and platelets. Plasma contains all of the soluble small molecules and macromolecules of blood, which includes fibrin and other proteins required for the formation of blood clots. If the blood or plasma is allowed to clot, the fluid phase that remains is called as serum. It has been known since from the century that antibodies reside in the serum. The first evidence that antibodies were contained in a particular serum protein fraction came from a classic experiment by A. Tislas and E. A. Cabot in 1939. They immunized rabbits with the protein ovalbumin. Ovalbumin is the albumin of egg whites, and then divided the immunized rabbit's serum into two aliquots. Electrophoresis of one serum aliquot revealed 4 peaks corresponding to albumin and the alpha, beta and gamma globulins. The other serum aliquot was reacted with ovalbumin and the precipitate that formed was removed. The remaining serum protein which did not react with the antigen were then electrophoresed. A comparison of electrophoretic profiles of these two serum aliquots revealed that there was a significant drop in the gamma globulin peak in the aliquot that has been reacted with antigen. Thus, the gamma globulin fraction was identified as containing serum antibodies, which were called immunoglobulins, to distinguish them from any other proteins that might be contained in the gamma globulin fraction. The early experiments of Cabot and Tislas resolved serum proteins into 3 major non-albumin peaks: alpha, beta and gamma. We now know that although immunoglobulin G, that is IgG, the main class of antibody molecules, is indeed mostly found in gamma globulin fractions, significant amounts of it and other important classes of antibody molecules are found in the alpha and the beta fraction of serum also. Antibody molecules have a common structure of 4 peptide chains. This structure consists of 2 identical light or L chains, polypeptides, which are polypeptides of about 25 kilodalton molecular weight, and 2 identical heavy chains, which are larger polypeptides of molecular weight 50 kilodalton or more. The molecules which constitute heavy and light chains like that of the antibody are also called as immunoglobulins. Each light chain is bound to a heavy chain by disulfide bond and by non-covalent interactions such as salt linkages, hydrogen bonds and hydrophobic bonds to form heterodimer. Similar non-covalent interactions and disulfide bridges link the 2 identical heavy and light chains combinations to each other to form the basic 4-chain antibody structure, a dimer of dimer. The exact number and the precise position of these intrachain disulfide bonds differs among antibody classes and subclasses also. The first 110 or so amino acids of the amino terminal region of a light chain or heavy chain varies greatly among the antibodies of different specificity. These segments of highly variable sequence are called V regions, that is VL in light chains and VH in heavy chains. All of the differences in specificity displayed by different antibodies can be traced to differences in the amino acid sequences of this V region. In fact, most of the differences among antibodies fall within areas of the V regions called as complementarity determining regions or CDR, and it is the CDRs on both light and heavy chains that constitute the antigen binding sites of antibody molecule. By contrast, within the same antibody class, far fewer differences are seen when compares sequence throughout the rest of the molecule. The regions of relatively constant sequence beyond the variable region have been called as C regions. That is, Cl region on the light chain and CH region on the heavy chain. Antibodies are glycoproteins with a few exceptions. The sites of attachment for carbohydrates are restricted to a constant region. The function of glycosylation is not fully understood, but it is probably increases the solubility of the molecules. Inappropriate glycosylation or its absence affect the rate at which antibodies are cleared from the serum and decreases the efficiency of interaction between antibody and the complement system and between antibodies and Fc receptors. Friends, our knowledge of basic antibody structure was derived from a variety of experimental observations. When the gamma globulin fraction of serum is separated into high and low molecular weight fractions. Antibodies of around 150 kilodalton molecular weight designated as immunoglobulin G or IgG are found in the low molecular weight fraction. In a key experiment, that is brief digestion of IgG with the enzyme papain, produced 3 fragments, 2 of which are identical fragments and the third that was quite different. The 2 identical fragments, each with a molecular weight of 45 kilodalton, had antigen binding activity and are called as Fab fragment. The term Fab fragment is derived from fragment antigen binding. The other fragment, which have molecular weight of 50 kilodalton, had no antigen binding activity at all because it was found to crystallize during cold storage. This fragment is called as Fc fragment, that is fragment crystallizable. Digestion with pepsin, a different proteolytic enzyme, also demonstrated that the antigen binding properties of antibody can be separated from the rest of the molecule. Pepsin digestion generates a single 100 kilodalton molecular weight fragment composed of 2 Fab-like fragments designated the FAB2 fragment, which binds antigens. The Fc fragment was not recovered from pepsin digestion because it have been digested into multiple fragments. A key observation in deducing the multi-chain structure of IgG was made when the molecule was subjected to mercaptoethanol reduction and alkylation, a chemical treatment that irreversibly cleaves disulfide bonds. If the sample is chromatographed on a column that separate molecules by size following cleavage disulfide bonds, it is clear that in fact composed of subunits. Each immunoglobulin G molecule contains 2 50 kilodalton molecular weight polypeptide chains designated as heavy chains or H chains and 2 25 kilodalton molecular weight chains designated as light chain or L chains. Antibodies themselves were used to determine how the enzyme digestion products, that is Fab, FAB2 and Fc were related to the heavy chain and light chain reduction products. This question was answered by using anti-sera from goats that had been immunized with either the Fab fragments or the Fc fragments of rabbit immunoglobulin G. The antibody to the Fab fragment could react with both the H and L chains, whereas antibody to the Fc fragment reacted only with the H chain. These observations lead to the conclusion that the Fab fragment consists of portions of heavy and light chain and that Fc contains only heavy chain components. From these results and those mentioned in earlier experiments, the structure of IgG was deduced. According to this model, the IgG molecule consists of 2 identical heavy chains and 2 identical light chains, which are linked by disulfide bridge. The enzyme papain cleaves just above the intrachain disulfide bonds linking the heavy chain, whereas the enzyme pepsin cleaves just below these bonds, so that the 2 proteolytic enzymes generate different digestion products. Mercaptoethanol reduction and alkylation allows separation of the individual heavy and light chains. Cancerous plasma cells are called as myeloma cells, produces indistinguishable antibodies from normal antibody molecules, which are called as myeloma proteins. In patients affected with multiple myeloma, myeloma proteins can account for 95% of the serum immunoglobulins. In most patients, the myeloma cells also secrete excessive amounts of light chains. These excess light chains were first discovered in urine of myeloma patients and were named as Baines-Jones proteins for their discoverer. When the amino acid sequence of several Baines-Jones proteins, that is light chains, from different individuals were compared, a striking pattern was emerged. The amino terminal half of the chain consisting of 100 to 110 amino acids was found to vary among different Baines-Jones proteins. This region was called as variable region. The carboxyl terminal half of the molecule called as constant region had two basic amino acid sequences. This led to the recognition that there were two light chain types, that is kappa and lambda. In humans, 60% of the light chains are kappa and 40% of lambda, whereas in mice, 95% of the light chains are kappa and only 5% are the lambda. A single antibody molecule contains only one light chain type, either kappa or lambda, and never both. The amino acid sequences of lambda light chains show minor differences that are used to classify lambda light chains into subtypes. In mice, there are 3 subtypes, lambda 1, lambda 2 and lambda 3. In humans, there are 4 subtypes. Amino acid substitutions at only a few positions are responsible for these subtype differences. For heavy chain sequencing studies, myeloma proteins were reduced with mercaptoethanol and alkylated, and the heavy chains were separated by gel filtration in a denaturing solvent. When the amino acid sequences of several myeloma proteins heavy chains were compared, a pattern similar to that of the light chain emerged. The amino terminal part of the chain, consisting of 100 to 100 amino acid, showed a great sequence variation among myeloma heavy chains and was therefore called as variable region or V region. The remaining part of the protein revealed 5 basic sequence pattern corresponding to 5 different heavy chain constant or C regions, that is mu, delta, gamma, epsilon and alpha. Each of these 5 different heavy chains is called as an isotype. The length of the constant regions is approximately 330 amino acids for delta, gamma and alpha and 440 amino acids for mu and epsilon. The heavy chains of a given antibody molecules determine the class of that antibody, that is IgM determined by mu, delta, IgG determined by gamma, IgA determined by alpha, IgD determined by delta or IgE determined by epsilon. Each class have either kappa or lambda light chains. A single antibody molecule has 2 identical heavy chains and 2 identical light chains, that is H2, L2. Minor differences in the amino acid sequences of the alpha and gamma heavy chains lead to further classification of the heavy chains into sub-isotypes that determine the subclass of antibody molecules they constitute. In humans, there are 2 sub-isotypes of alpha heavy chains, that is alpha 1 and alpha 2, and thus 2 subclasses, IgA1 and IgA2, and 4 sub-isotypes of gamma heavy chains, that is gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma 3 and gamma 4, and therefore 4 subclasses, that is IgG1, IgG2, IgG3 and IgG4. In mice, there are 4 subisotypes, gamma 1, gamma 2A, gamma 2B and gamma 3 and the corresponding subclasses. The immunoglobulin constant region domains take part in various biological functions that are determined by the amino acid sequence of each domain. The CH1 and Cl domains serve to extend the Fab arm of the antibody molecules, thereby facilitating interaction with the antigen and increasing the maximum rotation of Fab arms. In addition, these constant region domains help to hold the VH and VL domains together by virtue of intrachain disulfide bond between them. Also, the CH1 and Cl domains may contribute to antibody diversity by allowing more random association between VH and VL domains than would occur if this association were driven by VH-VL interaction alone. These considerations have important implications for building a diverse repertoire of antibodies. In the variable region, some amino acids in every antibody are different. These regions are called as hypervariable regions, which play important role in the recognition of antigen. Friends, the gamma, delta and alpha heavy chains contains an extended peptide sequence between the CH1 and CH2 domains that has no homology with the other domains. This region is called as hinge region, is rich in proline residues and is flexible, giving IgG, IgD and IgA segmental flexibility. As a result, the two Fab arms can assume various angles to each other when antigen is bound. This flexibility of the hinge region can be visualized in electron micrographs of antigen-antibody complex. Two prominent amino acids in hinge regions are proline and cysteine. The large number of proline residue in the hinge region gives it an extended polypeptide conformation, making it particularly vulnerable to cleavage by proteolytic enzymes. It is this region that is cleaved with a papain or pepsin. The cysteine residues form intrachain disulfide bonds that hold the two heavy chains together. The number of intrachain disulfide bonds in the hinge region varies considerably among different classes of antibodies and between species. Although mu and epsilon chains lack the hinge region and they have an additional domain of 110 amino acids, that is CH2CH2, that has hinge-like features. This is all about the structure of antibodies or immunoglobulin. So friends, if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and don't forget to share these videos among your friends. Thank you.